So you know the ones when you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune.
That's my tune.
Hey, this is Jojo Bean. This is episode 39 of That's My Tune, the podcast providing song reviews and interviews. Last week, I reviewed the song Just Dance by Lady Gaga. Today is another interview with artist called Bizzie, discussing his song Treading Water. So sit back, relax, enjoy this track, and I'll be right back talking to the man himself about his inspirations and a lot more. So everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Bizzie. Yeah!
What's going on?
I'm good. How you
Love
doing?
it. Good, I'm good. I love the energy. It's good. It's good.
Thank you. So what you been up to today then?
Oh gosh, today catching up with friends and family, man. It's been a minute. It's been a busy week. So today I've just got to catch up with a few friends, man. And I might see some of them tomorrow as well, man. It's been a minute.
Oh, that's
like things have been quite, everyone's been in the same boat. So it's only now that we're starting to slowly see people a bit more and whatnot.
Yeah, I hear that. That's cool. Cool. So let's talk about your single Treading Water. What inspired you to write the song?
So Treading Water is produced by a female producer called Renee Rain, who's starting a new venture called The Goddess Music now. And that's what she's going by. We met during the pandemic, just online, just connecting as you do. And I just kind of just connecting, and you're like, oh wait, actually there's something, we get the same vibe, we speak the same language, like this is my kind of people, like and then she sends me 2 records, and I actually wrote to both of them, but then we both agreed that Treading Water was the one. We were both just like, when you listen to both of them, we're trying to decide which one we should put out and show the world, and we were like, Treading Water. But I think it came as a result of what's going on at the moment. The song is basically an uplifting track to empower people as we come out of the pandemic, basically. So it came as a result of this whole situation we've all been in.
Okay, so like, how has the pandemic affected you personally?
Personally, I feel like it's probably got me to like be more self-aware, like in ways that I rarely used to be. I think before I was on autopilot. I was just trying to get to places, trying to get things done, trying to just always on a move kind of thing. But I feel like this year, it's probably I probably speak for a lot of people when I say this, but I feel it's made you have no choice than to actually sit and think and like look at yourself and like be like, what am I doing? Like, what's my life about? Like what's going on? Like, you look in the mirror and you're like, for the first time, because you're locked in for so long that eventually you see yourself so much that you're like, rah. So that's what I look like, because on a day-to-day, it's a quick thing. You should whatever, get up, get ready, you're out. But now it's like you're proper seeing yourself. I feel like that's how it's affected me. It's made me really like reflect and contemplate and just be like, right, this is who I am. Like, what do I, if we come out of this, when we come out of this, what do I want my future to look like? And what do I want to do with myself? And what do I want to represent? And, it's made me really think a lot. It's got me in my head a lot, man. But I'm really looking forward to I'm out of it, man. I've lost a lot of people. I've obviously not made it through this as well. A lot of close friends, and I'm just really looking forward to the brighter side of things, man. And that's what I mean. That's what's come out of Treading Water. Treading Water is like a representation. It's saying like that's what we're doing every day. It's like we're just treading water. It's like we're just doing our best to stay afloat. Like, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what to believe in the news. Like, every month it's a new thing. If it's if it's not Kobe, it's Chadwick. If it's not Chadwick, it's Prince. If it's not Prince, it's Richard. It's Sarah. It's it's what happened in Nigeria. There's just every month, and you're just doing your best each day to like just like stay afloat, like not drown. And I feel like that's what inspired the tune, literally.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. We're all just trying to just stay afloat at this point.
Yeah, literally.
Like, every day there's something. It's like, really?
Trust me. I swear, Jojo, I swear there's a point where you must have thought like, am I in a movie? Like, is this real?
Do you know what? Listen, look, it's like, because I think it's more apparent because we don't usually have our usual modes of escapism, like going to the cinema or going to the club or just being able to see a friend or whatever. It's like we have to, like, it's in our faces, like, and we have to deal with it head on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Oh, and the media, they don't hold back.
I'm telling
the media
you,
don't hold back.
I'm telling you. And it gets to a point where it's like, you're okay. I want to be aware of what's going on, but at the same time, it's like I feel like I have too much. Like I feel fatigued. That's what it feels like these days. Like I do, like it's a huge conflict.
Yeah. It's been heavy. It's been heavy. It's been
very heavy.
Man.
That's the perfect word. Very heavy.
Yeah, it's been heavy. I'm just glad that we're here, like a year later, and we're able to have this conversation because a lot of people didn't get this far. So I'm just glad we're here, man. Gratitude. Yeah.
I hear that. So what got you into music in the first place? What made you feel like, okay, I want to be an artist? And how long have you been an artist for?
Oh man, we're talking like secondary school, man. I'm a grown man now still. I mean, none of us when you get to the,
you know.
You see, you get to that point, Georgia, where you don't even deny it no more. You're just like, yeah, man's grown still.
I'm an uncle now. You know what I mean?
No, seriously, and I got too many goddaughters and nieces and nephews as well. So it's like you just have to accept it, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Still. But yeah, I've been doing this probably like 20 years. 20 years.
Okay.
Like 20 years, I think. Yeah. I started when I was in school, man. It's a mixture of things, Jojo, man. It's so culturally it'll be, my parents are Nigerian, they're African. So like we're talking like African music being played in a house, African parties and the djembes and the drums and all that stuff, the percussive stuff from early days. And then my parents are also religious people as well. So we're talking like gospel music as well. Yeah. So all that stuff was like the backbone of what really started getting me to listening to like melodies and all that stuff. And then when I got to Tottenham, so I grew up in Tottenham, that's where I went to school. When we got to Tottenham, and that was where I came into grime, coming from garage, listening to like So Solid, Oxide Neutrino. So we're talking, that's what I'm saying, we're talking back then, like Heartless Crew, like Pay As You Go, like Dizzy Rascal, like so that's so yeah, then I became a grime artist in a small crew in North London, really close to like Jamie and Skepta as well, where they lived, you know, Wretch 32, Chipmunk, we're all from the same borough. So yeah, just grew up and did a lot of collaborations, a lot of mixtapes, put stuff on TV, stuff on radio, a lot of pirate station. That's like the background. But because of the other music that was going on around the house, like the R&B music, the soul music, your Tina Turners and your Whitney Houstons and Michael Jacksons. Yeah. Even though I'm a grime man, I'm fully feeling these melodies. I'm fully a soul man. I'm fully dancing around, like not sleeping because my mini disc and my Walkman's in my head and I'm just like singing along. So eventually, like I get good at writing melodies. So, but because I'm a grime man, I don't feel like I can be spitting bars and then singing as well. So what I did instead was any singers that I came across that were actual singers, I'll be like, yo, can I write you a tune? Can I write you a chorus? Can I write you a verse? So I was doing that for a while. And I cut the long story short, like a few years later, got to a point where I was in a different area, I had access to the studio and thought, right, let me start trying to sing my own songs now. Okay. Like I can try it. So I started doing choruses and lucky enough got to feature people like Getz, Sculpture, Wretch 32 on choruses and on tracks with them. And then eventually just releasing my own solo stuff as well. And now I fully developed that to a point where I'm happy with it enough to like call myself, you know, R&B soul, you know, singer, because that's, you know, that's what I write. Like those are my influences, you know. So now I just do that, man. And it's a good time for it because if you tried to do this back then, the UK didn't care about black British singers, bro. Like, no, I didn't care, man. Listen, Craig David was lucky, bro. He was the only one that got.
You got in at the right time. Yeah, him, Lamar, them kind of guys.
Lamar. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So this is a good time because now it's not fully embraced. I think we're still working on it. I don't think we're there yet. But they're taking to it a lot more than they did. So it's a good time to do it, man. So yeah, I'm releasing stuff, man, as a singer at the moment. Yeah.
Cool. So like you saying you were a grime artist at one stage, like what attracted you to grime? And did you like working with Getz and did you get to work with Getz and Chip and the rest of
as a grime man?
Yeah.
Nah, not at that point. At that point, I did stuff with like Jeremy Skepta. I did stuff with Meridian Dan.
Right.
Just other emerging people, D Dark. I can't really remember. There's two but at that point, collaboration was that big thing. Like you was always in studios, man.
Yeah.
Like I was working with like 10 producers at a time. Now, it don't happen the same. I don't know if it's because I don't even know why, but yeah, it's not the same still. Yeah, but no, not at that point. It was more when I started singing. Actually, but that's interesting, isn't it? That it's when I started singing that I got there to work with the Getzes and the Merkstons and the Wretch and Scorcher and them. Like, that's interesting still. I didn't really think of that, to be honest. So yeah, but I think it was probably good to have that. Just that it was a different thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? Grime tracks with a R&B singer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it was probably different. It was probably like, let's try this out. So for everybody, it was a new experience. And yeah, I'm really grateful for those opportunities because I mean, like, look at where Getz is now, look at where Wretch is now.
Trust.
Like they're doing amazing things. So very grateful for the opportunities, man.
Yeah, I hear that. I'm not really into grime that much. Like I've never, because I was proper into UK garage proper, and then the whole I remember like Pow kind of was that transition between garage and grime. That was like that transition, and I tried to get into grime, but I was just like, it's a bit too hard for me. I can't relate.
but there's like the popular grime, like the stuff that gets in the mainstream, like like Stormzy's grime or like not end up like Chipmunk Time. There's like a different kind of grime which is not so aggressive as well, which is more accepted by like mainstream media. So yeah. I mean, it's come a long way, man. I mean, there's people flying the flags now, man. Staying all right.
All right. I hear that. Yeah, that's true. Can you play any instruments at all?
Yeah, so I mentioned that my parents were religious people, so obviously I was going to church. Well, you got no choice when you're a Nigerian man still.
Every Sunday, fam, it's time to go to church.
Trust me, fam. Yeah. So anyway, I was doing that dance. We were doing that dance for a little while, and then eventually, there was a point where the church didn't have a piano player in it, like it's just people singing a cappellas. Jojo, I was like, bro, like every Sunday, no one. So I just decided, like, fine, let me pick up the piano and see how I can support these guys, and just be a part of that environment, that culture anyway. So I started learning piano. So so I played the piano, man, because of that. I wasn't like it wasn't like a big passion of mine. It was more. Yeah, I did it for a while, like just sort of for that reason of like supporting the church, and and then after a while, I left it it alone, and obviously, but now that helps because now I've started producing, and because I practiced a bit back then, now I know I've got a bit more sensibilities in terms of like chords and finding notes and putting melodies together. So it's probably it's helped. It's played it's proved useful, man.
Wow. Wow.
Well, Bizzie, man. Bizzie guy. It's in the name.
Yeah. So Benny Bizzie. Man. So Benny Bizzie, what brought that name about?
Do you know what? Yeah. There was a point I used to complain about, like, oh yeah, I'm doing too much. Like, oh, that's hard work taking breath. Like, oh, no sleep. But you know what? Yeah. Recently, I've decided and I've just accepted that I secretly just like being busy. Like I secretly like it. Like I should just stop complaining, basically. Because I'll be complaining too much, and these times I put myself in situations that keep me busy because I like it. I think I get something from it, and to be honest, my parents said from like a young child, like a young age, apparently, like I just had a lot of energy. Like I was always on the move. Like I just didn't really do well with like sitting still or whatever. Like I was nowhere to be found. Like I was always moving around. And that probably makes sense because even as I've grown older, like I've lived in different places. I've worked in so many different studios, and it's because I like something about new experiences and just seeing more than the little box, the little small view of like my life. Like I like more. I like to see more. Like I remember the first time I ever got to travel, like I was so gassed. I was like, rah, there's more to life than Tottenham N17.
So you're North London Lagos. Through, yeah?
Yeah, man, I'm North, man. Went to school there, man. Got a lot of friends there, man. And I can easily say I was definitely part of the culture of like, just bringing like entertainment to the ends, man. Like we was doing a lot. We was on Heat FM every week on pirate stations. We were printing T-shirts. We got we got our songs on TV, and you have to think like from the ends, we're just like gassed because we're like, rah, one of us made it. One of us made it on the telly.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like that's my boy, fam. That's my boy.
Exactly. So the younger ones are seeing that, and it's making them believe in themselves. It's making them. So yeah, man. Like done my bit, man. Done my bit, and you know, and to be honest with you, the way I see it today is, if the more successful I get, in that success is the younger one's success too.
Right.
It's every black young kid's success that grew up in the same way that I've grown up, or in the same environment that we've had to grow up, and it wasn't a pretty environment. So for one of us, every now and again, when one of us makes it out that bucket, gets out that bucket or makes it to the top, it's like it's feel like it empowers the other one. So I'm doing my bit by like focusing and pursuing my dream and trying to get to where I'm getting to. And that encourages me, and that gives me like purpose to keep going, yeah.
I love that. So how do your parents feel seeing you in the music industry and stuff like that? Do they encourage it? Do they like it? Are they proud of you?
They don't like play a part in it, like definitely. But my mum definitely like encourages, like empowers, like supports. I think back then they probably didn't understand it, because you have to understand, like culturally, they're thinking music. What's music?
Yeah. Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, unless I'm telling them I'm gonna be a doctor or a lawyer or scientist or something, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't, that's not, to them, that wasn't culturally. And you have to think, and this is not like, it's not me putting no shade on them or not, like, it's just like culturally, like, do you know what I mean? Like that's what they know. Like, now I think like things have changed. Like, come on, bro, like there's kids, like young kids on YouTube is making more than their generations ever made.
I'm
like,
telling you,
era.
I'm telling you,
era, fam.
I'm telling
so
you, the
either
YouTube
have to
generation,
be,
it's nuts.
Yeah, you have to be open to it, or not. But even though they went on it, I think like now, because I've stuck with it for so long, and they've seen little bits of successes here and there, I think they're slowly like coming around to it. More like, okay, like us, he's not going to stop, is he? Like, I mean, it's been 20 years. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
That's dope. So
it's all love, though.
That's really cool. So are there any other projects that you're going to drop this year, or any other singles?
Yeah, I've just actually sent it to the distributor. I've got one coming out with a producer called Victizzle.
Right.
Yes, Victizzle. He used to be in a gospel scene.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think he got the mobiles as well for that gospel. But now he's got a big studio that he runs, and he does produce for quite a lot of people. I think he's worked with like Chipmunk. He's worked with Miss Banks.
Yep.
And a few other gets as well, and a few others. So yeah, I'm quite pleased actually that we got together, because we've known of each other for a while, but we never really got to put it down. So yeah, we created something. It's a bit of an Afro beat type vibe, and it'll be out around July. And and I'm hoping as well that that's when things really open up, because then I can start going back in with the videos and all that stuff, and trying to be more out there and doing some shows and whatnot. So
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, man. So that project, man.
Yeah, I remember Victizzle. Like, I remember from MySpace days. Like,
see,
from MySpace days. Victizzle was always the guy who was banging out. He had great tunes. He's been a great producer from day. So I'm so proud of how far he's gotten in the game. Yeah. All right.
Sick. And man, I do a lot of collaboration. So I write. So I told you a story about being a songwriter and writing for others. So funny enough, I still do that now. I still get called by published producers and little projects here and there to come and write for singers and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that I've written that's still coming out, but I just don't know when, and I can't say yet. But I know that there's a lot of stuff that will come out that I've penned. And on my Instagram, actually, at the moment, I've been posting like old stuff that people didn't know that I wrote. I've been posting little snippets of those, so they're just seeing that, well, okay, it's not just an artist, like he writes for others as well. Just so they're getting a full picture of what I do and what my artistry like entails.
So what's it like? Do you prefer writing for yourself or writing for an artist? Like,
that's tough, That's kind of tough still. I don't even know. I thought it would be an easy one, but it's actually hard. I don't know. I don't know, you know. I don't know. I just know that I love writing. I love writing, and I know that I get excited when it's a different kind of voice that I don't understand or that I'm not used to. Then I get to create, so I get to write something that fits that voice. I think I find that very like fulfilling. I think I really enjoy that. Yeah. And then my stuff, I feel like I'm still figuring out my writing stuff for myself as an artist.
Okay.
Because obviously, like I said, like it's been a transition from grime to, you know, being a singer. So I'm still like training my voice and learning that craft and whatnot. So yeah, man, it's and that excites me because I don't want to be at the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I know everything about my voice and my writing. Or there's nowhere else to go. You know, I like the fact that there's still room for growth and there's still things to learn and new ways to do things. So yeah, man, I'm excited about what the next few years will be like. And yeah, man, and this thing is forever, man. This thing's forever. Like it's what I do. It's my life. It's what I do. It's not no 2-year thing. It's already been 20 years. You know what I mean, like it's what I do, man. So it's what gets me up in the morning, man. It's what gets me up in the morning.
Yeah, I hear that. And especially you writing for other artists as well. That's another income stream as well, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, man.
That's
yeah, man. I'm putting in that work, man. I'm keeping busy, man. There's stuff going on that I can't obviously talk about, but
that's fine.
yeah, man. It's all good. It's all good in due time. In due time.
I hear that. So, where can we find you on socials?
Instagram is my main like portal at the moment. So Instagram at Benny Bizzie, BENNY BIZZIE, and I'm on Spotify as well. I'm on YouTube,
right?
Facebook, Twitter, the whole shebang, and it's all the same name. It's all Benny Bizzie. So yeah,
okay.
Yeah, man, follow me and connect, man. Connect.
Yeah, cool. Well, Benny Bizzie, it's been great speaking with you.
It's been a pleasure. I like this. I'm glad you made time for me. Thank you.
Oh, no problem at all. It's been dope. All right. Well, you have a great rest of the day, yeah?
You too. That's my tune.
Hey.
Okay, love.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for your time, Benny Bizzie. That's the end of episode 39. I'll be back next week, and wow, 40 episodes next week. Goodness gracious. Where's time gone? As usual, if you'd like to know more about the podcast, you can go on linktr.ee/TMT_podcast. You'll find Spotify there, YouTube, playlists, social media, everything is there. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and yeah, that's all I really have to say. So I'll be back next week with yet another episode. Bye.